Hi, Greg Andruck here with another Business Freedom Conversation post. So I have a really interesting one today. This is a commentary by Paul Harvey, the Chicago-based editorialist. I think you'll find it really interesting. This video, If I Were the Devil, he first broadcast this in 1965, and someone recently put this to pictures and video. I think you'll find it really interesting, the issues he's bringing up. So, does what he says resonate to you? I think you'll find it very similar to today. Given the fact that in my post, IRS makes a house call, pretty much have a confirmation that the U.S. government is censoring everything we see. It has control over the media and is shaping our opinions with that. Then, why progressives run the government, you'll see that this body is happy with a figurehead president, and that the current president really isn't in charge of their agenda, that they dictate to him rather than the other way around. I think you'll find that interesting as well. So given all of this, I think it's important to update your mission statement, write your story, and release it to your constituents, your customers, your vendors, your employees. Let them know what you're about and how you got here and what you're doing. And this is important because know what you're about so that in difficult times, you can band together with like-minded people. Again, your customers, your employees, and your vendors. That when things are tough, you've got people that think the way that you do and care about you, and you care about them. And that'll help you to survive the challenges that come. Because particularly for you who's trying to be successful, there's a part in here. When you remove the incentives for those at work, what happens? When you're here running a business, employing people, paying rent, making products, giving services, and yet there's a force out there that's making it really tough on you with inflation and taxes, and just the difficulty of even finding anybody to work for you. So take a look at this. Let me know. Make some comments. What it is you think about how we have been running down this path for a really long time. I hope you enjoyed it.
If I were the devil, if I were the devil, if I were the prince of darkness, I'd want to engulf the whole world in darkness, and I'd have 1/3 of its real estate and 4/5 of its population, but I wouldn't be happy until I had seized the ripest apple on the tree, thee. So I'd set about, however necessary, to take over the United States. I'd subvert the churches first. I'd begin with a campaign of whispers. With the wisdom of a serpent, I would whisper to you as I whispered to Eve, do as you please. To the young, I would whisper that the Bible is a myth. I would convince them that man created God instead of the other way around. I would confide that what's bad is good and what's good is square. And the old I would teach to pray after me, Our Father, which art in Washington. And then I'd get organized. I'd educate authors in how to make lurid literature exciting so that anything else would appear dull and uninteresting. I'd threaten TV with dirtier movies and vice versa. I'd peddle narcotics to whom I could. I'd sell alcohol to ladies and gentlemen of distinction. I'd tranquilize the rest with pills. If I were the devil, I'd soon have families at war with themselves, churches at war with themselves, and nations at war with themselves, until each in its turn was consumed. And with promises of higher ratings, I'd have mesmerizing media fanning the flames. If I were the devil, I would encourage schools to refine young intellects, but neglect to discipline emotions. Just let those run wild. Until before you knew it, you'd have to have drug-sniffing dogs and metal detectors at every schoolhouse door. Within a decade, I'd have prisons overflowing. I'd have judges promoting pornography. Soon I could evict God from the courthouse, then from the schoolhouse, and then from the houses of Congress. And in his own churches I would substitute psychology for religion and deify science. I would lure priests and pastors into misusing boys and girls and church money. If I were the devil, I'd make the symbol of Easter an egg and the symbol of Christmas a bottle. If I were the devil, I'd take from those who have and give to those who wanted until I had killed the incentive of the ambitious. And what'll you bet? I couldn't get whole states to promote gambling as the way to get rich. I would caution against extremes in hard work, in patriotism, in moral conduct. I would convince the young that marriage is old-fashioned, that swinging is more fun, that what you see on TV is the way to be. And thus I could undress you in public, and I could lure you into bed with diseases for which there is no cure. In other words, if I were the devil, I'd just keep right on doing what he's doing.